लेटेस्ट न्यूज के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें और न्यूज अपडेट के लिए बेल आइकॉन पर क्लिक करें।
Hello guys and welcome to another vlog. Today we are reviewing the all new Audi A6 and as you can see the car looks just gorgeous indeed. So let's get to the front of the car, and the first thing you notice is this huge grille, which is the part of the new Audi's design language. And these grills are bigger than those in the BMW 7 Series and the X7. But these vertical chrome slats looks very classy and sporty. And the grille all too is covered in chrome, which is a very effective touch in the Indian car market. And under the hood of this beautiful beast sits a inline 4-cylinder petrol engine, which gives out an output of 245 horsepower at 5000 to 6000 rpm and a torque output of 370 newton meters from 1600 rpm all the way till 4500 rpm, which is a huge torque band from the let-go. As you can see, these lights Audi likes to call as the HID LED matrix lights, and the attention to detail in these lights is just staggering indeed. The front doesn't get the swiping indicators, but the rear does. This is the headlamp washer, which maintains the temperature of the lights and also helps to clean it. These are the front parking sensor, but the vents at the front are fake, but it gets this chrome finish on the vents, which looks very nice. It also gets a skid pit sort of treatment at the front, which makes the car look a bit sportier. So let's come to the side of the car, and the first thing you notice are these 18-inch aero design wheels, which are so remarkable and charming too. These wheels helps in the aerodynamics of the car and to get a good mileage too. These mirrors are not attached to the body, which gives a aerodynamic design to it, and it also gets the indicator strip on it. These are heated ORVMs, and at the side you can see this chrome lining covering all the window area. Looks very nice and premium, and the door handle also gets a chrome treatment on it. The lines and the bends on this car makes it look a very bit premium and gives a very macho treatment to the car. So we have came to the back of the car, and these are the Audi's trademark swiping indicators or the dynamic swipe indicators, and you can see the attention to detail in the lights is just massively massive, and Audi has done a very great job in designing the lights of its new cars and A6 too. This chrome lines connects both of the rear lights, and it looks very nice too. At the bumper it gets a fake exhaust treatment and a chrome lining running through here too. These are the reflectors, these are the reverse parking camera, and this is the towing hook of the car. Here it says 45 TFSi A6, and this is the huge Audi logo. It opens the boot in a single click only, and the boot is also quite massive. This is a 530 liter boot, which is 10 liters smaller than the Mercedes E-Class, but the spare wheel on the Mercedes E-Class is placed on the top of the boot, which robs away the practicality. But in Audi A6 the spare wheel is placed below the boot, and it's a space saver unit, not cost cutting, but they can't fit a 18-inch alloy underneath the boot. Here it gets hooks to mount your luggage and an anchor point too, which is a very nice touch. Here are the two LED lights. It also get a 12-volt charging socket at the boot, and this front seats are foldable in 40-20-40 split, and here is this place to keep some stuff. Here's a warning triangle. This is the rear view camera, and it also gets a washer for the rear view camera. So let's get to the rear seat of the car, and as you can see, the door gets each and every material possible on earth. It gets leather on the top, then wooden treatment, then brushed aluminum treatment over here, then soft touch plastic over here, and the doors feel very solid. And as you can see, the interior of this car gets very much space, and the cabin is also quite wide, but the center passenger cannot sit here because of this huge massive hump at the between, and the space for other two passengers is adequate and more than sufficient. In I say, it also gets isofix child seat mounts for both the rear seats. So let's sit inside. And the thigh support is also more than adequate. The legroom is not very much, but the knee room is very much. The door shut with a proper third. It gets AC vents over here. And it gets a 4-zone climate control system, which is a very nice touch. It gets 2 illuminated USB ports over here and a cigarette lighter too. The front seats are bit scooped out and gets magazine holder too in it. The rear seat also gets a center armrest with twin cup holders and space to keep a mobile phone and other stuff, but you can only keep some papers or files over here. Just very thin, and also gets a very nifty feature that you can access the boot from here only, which is a very nice touch and a handy feature. It gets separate seat belts for all 3 passengers and also 3 adjustable headrests. These are the reading lights, which are also LED. It gets handle to hold on to and a hook too, and it gets hook over here also, and here also 2 hooks, which is a nice touch. The rear seat feels very comfortable and they just soak inside. The rear seat feels very comfortable, and the recline angle is also very good, but it can't be reclined any further or behind, which is not good. It should have got an adjustable recline angle, and you can fold the front seats like this, and it gets a complete flat boot, and you can store much more luggage in it then. It gets a typical BMW shark fin antenna. So let's get to the front seat of the car, and the doors open very wide and very big. Here it gets control for the windows. These are 1 touch up and 1 touch down windows. These controls are for the child lock for the rear gates, and this is for the outside rear view mirror control. The front driver seat gets 2 memory adjust, and these buttons are for to lock and unlock the car. Here is the electric adjust for the seat. It gets lumbar support and many other recline to adjust height and front and back. Here it gets controls for the lights, headlights and fog lights. This is to open the boot of the car, and here it gets quite a big storage space to keep your bottles and some knickknacks. As you can see, this steering wheel has been inspired from the Audi RS7, this luxury sports car offered by Audi. And just look at this heavenly Audi's latest MMI system and the latest all new instrument cluster. This MMI system is loaded with a lot of tech. It gets Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and it also gets a user interface. What it does, it saves up to 6 people setting, from the seat adjust to the outside rear view mirror adjust, steering adjust and the climate control as well, and saves it. And you can just select the number you have adjust for you, and it will adjust the seats and everything according to you. So let's get into this beautiful instrument cluster. It offers each and every possible information here, from navigation to everything. We can change the color of the map to from dark and night, and the view of it also can be changed, and we can zoom out and zoom into the maps. and yeah, it's the best in the class. Under the front center armrest, it gets two USB sockets, one SD card slot, and a wireless charging pad with a light too, which Audi likes to call as the phone box. At the center console looks quite busy. Overhead, it gets twin cup holders with cigarette lighter and proper key slot too. This is the key of the car, a very slim key. It also gets a ashtray over here. This button is for auto hold. This is the gear lever, which is finished in leather and feels very premium to hold. This is for the volume rockers. This is for the parking sensor and the camera. This is for the drive select. It gets 5 driving modes: efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. In individual mode, you can alter the various aspect ratios such as the engine and the steering feedback. This is the engine start stop button, which is finished in aluminium, and these aluminium strips on the center console as well as the steering wheel and on this dashboard looks very premium too. Here it gets, this button is for the engine auto start stop. This is for the lane keep assist. This is for the automatic parking, which is a very nice touch. This button will guide you to your home, and this is for the rear retractable sun blind, which is a very nice touch. And this button is to turn on and off the upper screen of the car. The interior laid out and the fit and finish of the car is properly an Audi, which is just mind-bogglingly awesome. Here is the glove box. This is a cooled glove box and it can be locked too. As you can see, the ambient lighting all over the car. Over here also you can see this blue strip running through here. Here it gets quite a big storage space, and it gets some storage thing over here. And this steering wheel gets control. These controls are for this beautiful instrument cluster. And see different various aspects, and these controls are for the MMI system, and it gets a 4-zone climate control system, 2 at the front and 2 at the back. As you can see here, on the top of the dashboard it gets this leather finish, and here it gets the wooden finish, then the gloss black, then the soft touch plastic material, brushed aluminium. Audi has used each and every material possible in this car, and it makes it looks very plush and cozy when you sit inside the car. The driving position in this car is very low, but the seat gets side edges, so you can adjust them as your liking. Here it gets the auto dimming inside rear view mirror, and this is a frameless mirror and looks very sleek. Here is the control for the sunroof. Audi calls it as the panoramic sunroof, but it's not a panoramic. Here it gets feather touch lights too. You just touch the lights and it will turn on, and these are LED lights. Over here it also gets mirror as well as a light, which is a LED too, for the co-passenger also. So here are the controls for the high beam, low beam, and the indicators too. Here you can see these are the controls for the cruise control, and these are for the wipers of the car. It gets automatic headlights, automatic wipers, and which are very common features nowadays. It also gets these aluminum paddle shifters, which feels very premium to hold, and it also gets a illuminated plus minus logo in it. The outside rear view mirror gets blind spot monitoring, and that light blinks when someone comes in a blind spot, and the outside rear mirrors are also heated, which help you while driving in rainy conditions or in snow conditions, but in India it is very rarely used. So thank you guys for tuning in today's vlog, and a big thank you to Audi Rapper for giving me this car for review. And you can do visit their showroom and experience their amazing hospitality, and this showroom is located in Tatiban's Rapper. For further details you can check out my description below this video. So this was Shubhodhi Banerjee today reviewing the all new Audi A6 2020. Thank you guys. See you in another vlog really soon. Bye bye.
For more news updates, do subscribe, like, share and comment. Clipper28.